Okay, screen is visible to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we will start with the lecture. Okay, Audumbar is present for the lecture.
Yes, ma'am, present.
Okay, so how much time you require for your presentation?
मॅम 15 मिनिट मॅम 15 मिनिटात होऊन जाईल.
Okay, so we will start at okay, we will start it at 1:45. Okay, is that fine?
Yes, ma'am. No problem.
Okay, okay. So as I discussed yesterday, from this chapter number 5, we have covered or we have revised that civil society or civil society organizations. That point we have completed, and now the environmental part that we need to discuss. Okay, so all these things I have summarized yesterday, and these environmental things we have started. Okay, so first thing, before starting with that environmental ethics. So we have seen basically the definition of environmental ethics. So see, what are the points in this particular heading? So the points are very simple that we are using in our day-to-day life, and that's why there should not be any problem for you to understand that points. So first point we have seen, environmental ethics means what? So ethics means everyone know, that is related with some moral values, what to do, what not to do. And environmental ethics means, but obviously it is related to environment. So right from childhood, we have been taught with various values. What kind of behavior we should have, what kind of principles we should build in our personality. So like that, environmental ethics is obviously related with the एन्व्हायरमेंट. आता आपण बघतो बऱ्याच ठिकाणी पर्यावरण संरक्षणासाठी वेगवेगळे कार्यक्रम राबवले जातात. मीन्स टू मेक पीपल अवेअर अबाउट दॅट इफेक्ट ऑफ डिफॉरेस्टेशन, पर्यावरण निर्मितीसाठी किंवा आपण त्याला बरेच ठिकाणी बघतो की आपल्या पथनाट्य असतात वेगवेगळी, किंवा सोशल प्रोग्राम्स वेगवेगळे ऑर्गनाइज केलेले असतात, ज्याच्या थ्रू पर्यावरणाबद्दल लोकांना मध्ये जागृती निर्माण व्हावी यासाठी वेगवेगळे उपक्रम राबवले जातात. सो व्हॉट एव्हर ऑल दॅट थिंग्स आर देअर, सो सिम्पली दोज ऑल आर कमिंग अंडर दिस एन्व्हायरमेंटल एथिक्स. सो देर इज वन, व्हेरियस डेज आर सेलिब्रेटेड, किंवा एक पर्टिक्युलर वीक आहे. ओके, सो आय डोंट रिमेंबर दॅट एक्झॅक्ट डेट right now, but I can tell you later on, or you can also search. So there is one specific week in a year which is celebrated, म्हणजे त्याला आपण पर्यावरण दिन असा तो एक आठवडा आपण सेलिब्रेट करतो. Okay, so these all the things are showing that the preservance of the environment is very important for the next generation. Okay, that's why related to this only, if you see that diagram, yesterday one diagram I have shown for this car. So what this diagram is showing, एक कार मॅन्युफॅक्चर केली तर त्या बदल्यात or with the same production, this company is going to plant 2 trees for that. So that shows their awareness and that shows their sense of responsibility towards the environment. Okay, हे सगळे पॉइंट्स आपण एन्व्हायरमेंटल इथिक्स मध्ये बघतो. Okay, so this is the branch of applied ethics which examines the moral basis of environmental responsibility. जे काही रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज आहेत इथिकल मध्ये, त्याच्यातली एन्व्हायरमेंटल इज वन ऑफ द मेजर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. ओके, टू प्रिझर्व द एन्व्हायरमेंट, दॅट थिंग वी हॅव सीन. आता एन्व्हायरमेंटल इथिक्स मध्ये पॉइंट मला सांगा बरं, एक दोन जनरल पॉइंट सांगा तुम्ही की काय पद्धतीने आपण एन्व्हायरमेंट इथिक्स पाळू शकतो, किंवा what are the simple day-to-day activities which can be done by ourselves just to preserve the environment or just to maintain the balance. Current, if the temperature is increased up to some particular range, one day the situation will come that whole world will face the problem of that flood. महाप्रलय म्हणतात त्याला. So many times you might have read various articles or you might have heard the news, or the scientists are doing research on that. I don't know how much you know or not about that, but because of this pollution and all this globalization, temperature of earth, it is increasing day by day. आणि ही जर सिच्युएशन अशीच कंटिन्यू राहिली, म्हणजे तुम्ही एन्व्हायरमेंटल इश्यूज जर प्रॉपरली फॉलो केले नाहीत किंवा डिफॉरेस्टेशन, हे सगळे इश्यू तुम्हाला माहिती आहेत. यू आर थर्ड इयर स्टुडंट, so that all that background I will not tell, but the danger situation is that one day the situation may come, unfortunately, that if the temperature is increased up to a wide range, then whatever are that म्हणजे जे बर्फ वगैरे आहे सगळा, तो सगळा वितळून एक महापूर येण्याची किंवा महाप्रलय होण्याची शक्यता आहे, जी आपल्याला टाळता येत नाही. सो ऑल दिस थिंग्स यू शुड बी अवेअर. सो कॅन यू जस्ट टेल मी 2-3 सिंपल थिंग्स विच यू कॅन डू इन युअर डे टू डे लाईफ so that you can help in this environmental preservance? सांगा मला 1-2 सिंपल पॉइंट सांगा. I just expect simple answers from you. What you can do so that I can say you are following the environmental ethics. Please give the answers. This is very interesting topic. You should participate. काय करू शकता तुम्ही सांगा, ज्याच्यावरून तुम्ही म्हणू शकता की एन्व्हायरमेंटल इथिक्स आय एम फॉलोइंग. गिव्ह द आन्सर प्लीज. औदुंबर, कॅन यू गिव्ह द आन्सर? Yes. Meenakshi. My voice is audible? Swati. Environmental ethics मध्ये काय गोष्टी तुम्ही करू शकता in your day to day life? Swati is there?
Yes.
What things you can do? Give the answer, please. If you are not able to talk, at least type in the chat box. Tree plantation. Okay. Yes. So this is very simple thing which you can do. त्यासाठी काही जास्त तुम्हाला खर्च करावा लागत नाही कुठला. Just you can plant trees, and not only planting the trees, but you have to take care of the planted trees. Otherwise, एकदा झाड लावलं की परत त्याच्याकडे बघायचं नाही. That should not be the case. झाडे लावा, झाडे जगवा स्लोगन आहे आपल्याकडं. So that means you have to plant it as well as you have to nurture that particular tree. Yes, one answer. Any other answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Sanga.
As survival and well-being of human being depend on the environment, so it is our responsibility of human that to support and preserve the environment.
Yes. Yes, that is correct. But tell me 2-3 simple steps which we can do to preserve the environment. That I am asking. Are you getting that?
Yes.
Like one step Meenakshi has given, tree plantation. So tell some other things like that.
We should do the environmental counseling.
Means what? Can you
How to
elaborate?
preserve it.
कसं करायचं environmental counseling? म्हणजे you will make our people aware about that. So that activity you want to say?
Yes, a variety of aspect and policies of some policies we have to tell about how to preserve the environment.
Okay. So one thing we can do
create
as
a awareness also.
yes, yes. Okay, so as a at your age, आता तुम्ही means you don't, if you don't have that much right to implement anything, at least this simple thing you can do, that you can make people aware, because that is also equally very important. So you can make the illiterate people aware about the things, importance of element. Then you can tell them the simple steps in the way how they can preserve the environment. Okay, so one answer, garbage management and water management. Yes, correct. जो काही कचरा आहे, so from that, that should be reproducible. Okay, so that related to that one slide is there. आता relevance आलाय म्हणून मी हे explain करते. So this is actually this is related with e-waste. So there are 3 types of wastes that we can consider. You just wait 1 minute. Excuse me for 1 minute. Okay, so what we should reduce industrial pollution by following or applying acts like 1969. Okay, so can you elaborate that, Omkar? 1969
Yes,
Act
ma'am.
means what? Environmental Protection Act. Okay. आता हे
Yes,
इथे जे
ma'am.
आहे हे ethics in e-waste आहे. So I was telling you, in waste also there are mainly 3 types we can categorize. First one it is solid waste, another one it is liquid waste, and third one it is e-waste. E-waste म्हणजे काय असतं की आता फॉर एक्झाम्पल एखादी PCB मॅन्युफॅक्चरिंग कंपनी आहे किंवा कम्प्युटर. आता आपल्या डिपार्टमेंटमध्ये जरी आपण बघितलं तरी कम्प्युटर्स आहेत. मग त्यातले वेस्ट म्हणजे काय, जर एखादा कंपोनंट खराब झाला, एखादा माऊस खराब झाला किंवा एखादा आपल्या पीसीबी वरचा एखाद्या किट वरचा एखादा पार्ट पूर्ण खराबच झाला, तर दॅट इज कमिंग अंडर ई वेस्ट. सो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक वेस्ट असा अर्थ होतो ई वेस्ट म्हणजे. सो लिक्विड वेस्ट, सॉलिड वेस्ट म्हणजे आपला जो कचरा असतो, आता ते सगळ्यांना माहिती, ओला कचरा, सुका कचरा. त्याचं हाऊ वी कॅन रियूज दॅट, that is also one special branch of this environmental science. So the people who are working in this particular field, they are also doing research on that. So we are not going in detail in that, but for any waste, मग कुठलाही असू दे, सॉलिड, लिक्विड किंवा ई वेस्ट, कुठल्याही टाईपचा वेस्ट असला तरी how you are able to reutilize it properly, that is also one of the aspect for saving the एन्व्हायरमेंट. ओके, मग आता इथं इथिक्स इन ई वेस्ट दिलेलं आहे. मग काय काय ऑप्शन्स आहेत त्याच्यामध्ये, रिड्युसिंग द वेस्ट और रियुजिंग द वेस्ट, रिसायकलिंग द वेस्ट, रिकव्हरी आणि लँडफिल. ओके, सो हिअर दिस स्टेप्स आर गिवन. रिड्यूस म्हणजे काय, मोस्ट फेवर्ड ऑप्शन, आणि हा लिस्ट फेवर्ड ऑप्शन. सगळ्यात चांगला पहिला ऑप्शन काय आहे जो इझिली आपण करू शकतो, रिड्यूस. That is lowering the amount of waste produced. एखादं प्रोडक्ट करतानाच तुम्ही असं प्रोड्यूस करू शकता की त्यातून जे वेस्ट मटेरियल येणार आहे त्याचं तुम्ही मीन्स अमाउंट ऑफ दॅट वेस्ट मटेरियल शुड बी लेस. दॅट इज द फर्स्ट स्टेप, लोअरिंग द अमाउंट ऑफ वेस्ट प्रोड्यूस. सेकंड काय आहे, रियूज, युजिंग द मटेरियल्स रिपीटेडली. जे काय मटेरियल मधून वेस्ट राहिलेलं आहे दॅट यू कॅन रियूज फॉर सम अदर पर्पज. ह्याचं एक रेग्युलर आपण एक्झाम्पल बघतो. बऱ्याचदा आता आपल्या बऱ्याच एरियात, पंढरपूरच्या इकडच्या एरियामध्ये साखर कारखाने आहेत. मग जी मळी राहते साखर कारखान्यामध्ये, दॅट इज ऑल्सो रियुज्ड, मीन्स दॅट इज नॉट वेस्टेड, दो इट इज द वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट, बट ऍक्च्युअली वी कॅन नॉट से इट इज वेस्टेड. दॅट इज ऑल्सो रियुज्ड फॉर सम अदर पर्पज. Okay, so reuse, recycle means by making some process on that product, that material it is recycled. Then recovery, recovering the energy from waste. So from that waste, some type of energy you can extract by further processing. That is the next step. And landfill means what? Safe disposal of waste into the landfill. So these are the 5 ethics which can follow. Not only in e-waste, actually, though it is given here as e-waste, but for every type of waste, this particular 5 steps can be followed. Okay, so good answers you have given for the preservance of the environment or following the environmental ethical value. अजून काय आन्सर कोणाला द्यायचंय का? Any other person? Can you give some input? Yes. Saili, are you there for the lecture? Saili Landway. Yes. Srushti. Just explain these steps, huh? What we can do for environment. Okay. Just think on that. What simple steps we can follow for preservance of the environment. Okay, so these basic points we have seen. Then another main issue, it is pollution. Pollution we have to reduce. म्हणजे आपले काही vehicles आहेत, that vehicles we have to calibrate properly. That level of pollution that should be checked, that should be maintained in the periodic time. That is one thing we can do. आता एन्व्हायरमेंटल इथिक्स मध्ये 3 अप्रोचेस आहेत. टू फॉलो द एन्व्हायरमेंटल इथिक्स देर आर 3 अप्रोचेस. फर्स्ट वन इट इज anthropocentricism approach, then axiological approach, and third one it is the ecocentric approach. So these 3 approaches are there to follow the environmental ethics. So the first is anthropocentrism approach. Means what? This approach focuses on the utility that human beings can derive by protecting the environment. Okay, so basically the focus is to protect the environment. Then why we need to protect the environment? Because our survival depends on the environment, and that's why it is our moral responsibility to support and preserve the environment. That is first point. Then second approach is anxiological approach. Anxiological approach that shows our responsibility for preservation of animals and right of the animals. Okay, so we have to preserve the animals and right of the animal. आता बऱ्याच ठिकाणी जंगलामध्ये जर तुम्ही बघितलं अभयारण्य आहेत. Why those are produced? Just because we have to preserve the animals. If you compare the population of animals before some 10-15 years and now if you see their numbers, then there is drastic decrease in the particular numbers. त्यामुळे बऱ्याच ठिकाणी प्रिझर्व करून ठेवलेले असतात ते म्हणजे त्यांना safely animals are kept in the zoo and they are taken proper care it is taken of the particular animals. Okay, so this approach is preserving the animals and animals right. So there it is strictly prohibited, म्हणजे तिथं प्राण्यांची शिकार करण्याला वगैरे त्या ठिकाणी बंदी असते. ओके, सो दॅट इज वन अप्रोच. अभयारण्य हे एक सिंपल एक्झाम्पल आपण ह्या अप्रोचचं म्हणू शकतो. वी आर प्रिझर्विंग द एनिमल्स अँड देअर राईट्स. ओके, देन ecocentric approach. So this approach, it is considered to be a radical approach to the environmental responsibility. The theory states that environment has to be influenced from direct moral consideration, but not that one which is derived from the interest. म्हणजे environment preservance that should be done all time. एखाद्या फक्त कामासाठी और तुमची गरज म्हणून एखादा environmental preservance तुम्ही केला and once that work is over, then you are not preserving that should not happen. किंवा तुमच्या एखाद्या फायद्यासाठी फक्त एन्व्हायरमेंट हा प्रिझर्व करून at other time you can use it in any other way, that should not happen. That is the ecocentric approach. Okay, then next is environmental issues. Okay, so what are the environmental issues that we have to consider? So what are the regular environmental issues that we can consider or we can highlight? Pollution, then lack of oxygen, increase in the carbon dioxide in the environment, pollution is increased. किंवा बऱ्याच ठिकाणी environmental pollution मुळे water pollution असेल तर we are not able to get the pure water for drinking purpose. So these are all the environmental issues which we can face. आता बऱ्याचदा पंढरपूरमध्ये तुम्ही जे पंढरपूरचे आहेत त्या लोकांना माहित असेल पूर्वी की वारी होऊन गेल्यानंतर पिण्याचं पाणी मीन्स इट वॉज ऑफ व्हेरी लो क्वालिटी. मग ते हेल्थ आणि हायजीन साठी चांगलं नाही. सो दीज ऑल आर द एन्व्हायरमेंटल इश्यूज. बिकॉज ऑफ डिफॉरेस्टेशन देर इज सडन इन्क्रीज इन द टेम्परेचर. आता आपण जे बघतो कुठल्याही वेळेस पाऊस पडतो, कुठल्याही वेळेस काही होतं, बिकॉज नॅचरली व्हॉट इज एक्सपेक्टेड दॅट इज नॉट हॅपनिंग. So this all are because of imbalancing of the environment, because of the things which are created by the human being, pollutants, because of industry. बऱ्याचदा इंडस्ट्रीच्या आजूबाजूची जी गावं आहेत they are not able to get pure air also for breathing purpose, आणि त्याच्यातून मग वेगवेगळे आजार त्यांना चालू होतात. Okay, so all these are the environmental issues simply we can consider. So here what issues are given? Where there are no strong governing body for formulating and implementing an environmental policy, and when there is lack of adequate environmental expertise, technology and resources for environment protection, and environment degradation go unchecked. Okay, so if there is no any governing body for these environmental issues, then the people may face the severe problems. Okay, so for instance, so as business expanded, the issues concerned with environment started gaining importance. Most Western Europe countries have faced problems due to environment degradation. So for example, they have given Netherlands has to face industrial pollution due to dumping of industrial wastes and to release of hazardous chemical into the rivers. Okay, so this problem has been faced in the Netherlands. बऱ्याचदा industrialization मुळे काय होतं? Yes, industrialization is very good and that is the mandatory thing. पण त्यातून बाहेर पडणारे जे वेस्ट आहेत, that waste should be properly treated. आणि याच्यासाठी सुद्धा वेगवेगळ्या कमिट्या असतात. that governing is done किंवा मॉनिटरिंग होतं की तुम्ही बऱ्याचदा कंपनीचं जे ऑडिट वगैरे होतं त्यामध्ये हे पॉइंट इम्पॉर्टंट असतात की तुमच्या कंपनीमधून प्रोड्यूस झालेले वेस्ट कसे तुम्ही त्याचा विल्हेवाट लावता किंवा इन व्हॉट वे यू आर गोइंग टू रियुटिलाइज इट. जसं आता इथं दिलेलं आहे की बऱ्याचदा हजार्डस केमिकल तयार झाले होते अँड थ्रू द वॉटर दे वेअर डिस्पोज्ड. आणि ते जर पाणी पिण्यात आलं लोकांच्या तर ऑब्विसली दे आर गोइंग टू फेस सिरियस प्रॉब्लेम रिलेटेड टू देअर हेल्थ. ओके, सो दिस इज वन example they have given. Again in India, so rapid industrialization and urbanization have brought about economic development, but they also cause damage to the country's environment through deforestation, soil erosion, water pollution, etc. Okay, so these are the causes of the industrialization which are not expected. Then the Environment Protection Act focused on reducing the industrial pollution. So as Omkar has told, this Environmental Protection Act. So here you have written is at 1969. Okay, so I will just check. 1968. So this Protection Act focused on reducing the industrial pollution. So for this year particularly the focus was on reducing the pollution. This report stated that the estimated annual cost of environmental degradation is 4.5% of GDP. Okay, so that is the fact of India. Then air pollution. So according to World Health Organization, that is WHO environment report, New Delhi is one of the top 10 most polluted cities in the world. So if you see the overall air pollution, then it is very high in New Delhi. So प्रत्येक कंट्रीच्या ह्याच्यातले त्यांनी एलॉबरेशन दिलेले आहे. एअर पोल्युशन इज ऑफ टू टाइप्स, vehicular emission and untreated industrial smoke. So one it is coming from vehicle and another it is from the industry. So that two type of air pollutions we can say. Then to curb the vehicular emission, the Supreme Court of India has laid down two rules. All public vehicles that are मोस्ट 15. आता म्हणजे एक रूल आहे की एखादं व्हेकल तुम्ही 15 वर्षापेक्षा जास्त वर्ष वापरू शकत नाही. मीन्स व्हाय इट इज व्हाय दॅट पर्टिक्युलर रूल हॅज बीन मेड. मग त्याची जी काही इफिशियन्सी आहे त्यातल्या कंपोनंटची, सो दॅट इज डिक्रीज डे बाय डे. आणि पोल्युशन लेवल जी एक्सपेक्टेड आहे त्या डिव्हाइस पासून ती पोल्युशन लेवल मेंटेन न होता त्या पर्टिक्युलर व्हेकल मधून जास्त अमाऊंटचं पोल्युशन क्रिएट होऊ शकतं. ओके, सो दॅट इज द मिनिंग ऑफ दिस पर्टिक्युलर पॉइंट. ओके, that's why by rule any vehicle can be used maximum for 15 years. Okay, so these are the points related to the air pollution. Then another issue related to the environmental ethics, that is energy consumption and carbon emission. Now carbon dioxide, that is unwanted gas that is produced in air, and whereas we want most maximum production of oxygen and less of the carbon, but because of this industrialization the things are reversing. So India is the second largest commercial energy consumer in non-East Asia, accounting for 19% of total primary energy consumption. Okay, so for any company the energy consumption should be less and power utilization should be more. Okay, so that is also affected because of the not considering the environmental ethics issues and the increase in the pollution. So increase in the population and urbanization is attributed to high energy consumption in industrial escort. आता ऑब्विसली जिथे इंडस्ट्रियल एरिया आहे तिथे एनर्जी कंझम्पशन काय होतंय, जास्त होतं आणि कार्बन इमिशन इज ऑल्सो more. Okay, so for that this care need to be taken. Okay, so these are all the general points related to this environmental ethics. आता इथे एक भोपाळ डिझास्टरची एक पिक्चर दाखवलेलं आहे. तिथं झालेल्या दुर्घटनेमुळं फक्त तेव्हाच्याच लोकांनी प्रॉब्लेम नाही फेस केले, तर बऱ्याच वर्ष तिथल्या आय होप ऑल ऑफ यू आर नोईंग अबाउट दिस भोपाळ डिझास्टर. येस ऑर नो? What was that? You can search, but just I can tell right now, तिथं झालेल्या दुर्घटनेमुळं बरेच असे पोल्युटंट्स त्या वातावरणात तयार झालेले आहेत की अजून तिथली लोक फेस करतात प्रॉब्लेम. सो वन इमेज इट इज शोन हिअर. स्टील पीपल देअर दे आर नॉट एबल टू गिव्ह सम बिकॉज ऑफ द कंटेंट्स इन द एअर. अजून तिथल्या लोकांना हेल्थचे प्रॉब्लेम फेस करावे लागतात. अँड स्टील द लेडीज दे आर नॉट एबल टू गिव्ह बर्थ टू द हेल्दी चाइल्ड. हिअर इन दिस इमेज यू कॅन सी. कारण तिथल्या पोल्युशनच आहे तिथल्या वातावरणामध्ये तेवढं की दे आर नॉट एबल टू गेट द बेसिक गुड थिंग्स फ्रॉम द एन्व्हायरमेंट. ओके, सो दीज आर ऑल द थिंग्स. Okay, so greening and green initiative, that 2 points are remaining that we will take in the next lecture. Okay, so we can start with your presentation, Audumbar. I will stop sharing my screen.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, just 1 minute.
Hello, ma'am. Screen is
yes,
enabled.
yes. I have to make you host. I'm not finding your name here. Just 1 minute. Can you talk for 1 minute so that I can easily find highest? Now you can share, Audumbar.
Ma'am,
Yes, screen is visible.
okay. Hello, everyone.
Just 1 minute, 1 minute. एक मिनिट. नाही थांबा जरा अवलंबर 2 मिनिट. ते स्टार्टेड स्क्रीन शेअरिंग येते पण काही दिसत नाहीये तिथं. तुम्ही पीपीटी ओपन केलेत का? हा, नाव इट इज विजिबल. नाव यू कंटिन्यू.
Yes, ma'am. Visible.
हा, yes. But your voice is not clear. You just check your range. Please check.
Okay, ma'am. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon to all. Today's discussion topic is model of organization. First of all, what is organization? Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes. First of all, what is mean by organization? Organization is basically two types. Business organization is an entity formed for the purpose of carrying on commercial enterprise. That describes how business are structured and how to produce goods or services and meet need to the customers. And five types of structure.
आवाज ब्रेक होतोय अवदुंबर. Voice is breaking. हा, ठीक आहे. हॅलो.
Screen is visible.
नाही, स्क्रीन पण नाही आता विजिबल. What is that range issue? Screen दिसत
Yes, ma'am.
नाहीये.
Raise this issue.
Can you just manage it for
Now
some
is visible.
नाही स्टार्टेड स्क्रीन शेअरिंग येते नुसतं मेसेज पण तुमची स्क्रीन दिसत नाही हो म्हणजे रेंजचा प्रॉब्लेम आहे.
Yes, ma'am. आणि व्हाईस
Can-
पण ब्रेक होत होती.
हा नाव इट इज विजिबल. No, just 1 minute. It is not visible, Audum. Can you make some other arrangement in the next lecture so that it will be okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Just last try you can do. You just leave the meeting and join it again. And check.
Okay.
If not possible, then you can try tomorrow's lecture. Okay, you leave the meeting and then join it once again.
Okay.
Okay, we will wait for him. So, Audumbar, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
You,
Ma'am, option are enabled.
तो होस्ट केलंय मी तुम्हाला तर बघा चेक कर एकदा.
Visible, please.
No, yet not. Now it is visible.
Okay, ma'am. Am I audible, ma'am, properly?
Yes. Continue.
Everyone, good afternoon to all. Today's presentation topic is model of organization. First of all, what is meant by organization? Organization is an entity formed for the business purpose of carrying on the commercial enterprise that describe how business are structured and how to produce goods and services and meet to need to the customers. And 5 basic types of organization are like functional structure, matrix structure, divisional structure, and line and staff structure, and project structure. Let us see one by one. First of all, functional structure. What is mean by functional organization? A functional organization structure is a business structure that group employee by specialty, skill, or related roles its own business and levels of hierarchy that includes different departments under the directions of designated leader. Functional structure is this kind of organization structure classifies people according to the functions they perform in the organization. These diagrams are related to functional organization. Second type is divisional structure. What is mean by divisional structure? The divisional structure is a types of organization that group each organization function into a division. Some example of divisional structure: its own finance, IT departments, and marketing department. A types of organization configuration that groups together those employees who are responsible for a particular product type or market service according to workflow. The divisional organization structure organize the activities of a business around geographical market or products and service groups. The following diagram are related to divisional structure. Third types of organization is matrix structure. What do you mean by matrix organization structure? A matrix organization structure is a workplace format in which employee report to two or more managers rather than one manager overseeing every aspect of the project. This is structure which has combinations of function and product structure. This combines both the best of the both worlds to make an efficient organization structure. This structure is a most complex organization structure. Following diagram are related to matrix organization, and four types is organization, line and staff organization. What is line and staff organization? Project line and staff organization is a management approach in which authorities establish goals and directives that are then fulfilled by staff and other workers. Line and staff organization structure are more established. And last type is project structure. What is mean by project structure? A project organization is a process which provide the management and decision about the realization and the process of project. Such tasks as organization of the process, planning of the project frameworks. Organization need to complete project of the long duration. The size of the project team varies from the project to another. The core concept of project organization is to gather a team of specialists to work on and complete a particular project. Following diagram are related to project organization. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all. Thank you, ma'am, giving me the best opportunity. Thank you all students for listening.
Okay, can you go to the initial slide where you have shown that 5 types? कुठले कुठले मॉडेल एक्सप्लेन करणार आहे ते तुम्ही दाखवलं होतं सुरुवातीला, त्या स्लाइडला जाता का?
Hello, visible this slide?
Yes, what is organization? Next. Okay, so which structures you have explained? Functional structure, matrix structure,
Matrix, divisional
structure, line and staff structure, and project structure. Okay, so which will be good? Can you compare?
I think
these
ma'am,
5
matrix
structures?
Ma'am, matrix structure, because are very common because they allow manager to make flexible choice with how people spend time. You likely work in a matrix environment at some points in your career. The best advantage of this structure are resources are used efficiently and can move around between projects as needed.
Okay. So if you have to start your business, suppose for example, if you are starting your business as a PCB manufacturing, for example, then which model you will or which structure you will prefer out of these that I want to ask? Project. Okay. So thank you for this presentation. Anyone want to ask the question? Just one. Anyone want to ask the question? Okay.